Good day. Welcome to PagePedia Videography Challenge. My name is Oresanwo, your host for today. With us we have a very beautiful, vibrant entrepreneur, a young woman, Mrs. Lolade Oresanwo, who is the Chief Operating Officer of West Africa Energy. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's quite enough accolades for me. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. So could you please tell us about yourself?
Okay. Where do I start? My name is Lolade Oresanwo. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of West Africa Energy. West Africa Energy is a renewable energy company whose mission is to ensure zero waste to landfills in the communities that we work in. And when people hear things like zero waste to landfills and things like that, it sounds very, very catchy, very urban and things like that. Basically, we are trash people. We go through your trash that you have, that you get in your households, that you drop on the roadsides, that your PSPs come and pick, and we remove what is valuable from it, and we put it back into the production economy. That way, what we're trying to achieve is to make sure that waste that naturally goes to landfill that causes environmental degradation is reused further, and eventually we are in a situation where we have almost zero waste to the landfills in the communities where we work in. So basically, why this waste? I've always had a passion for the waste industry. My first degree was in microbiology, environmental microbiology to be precise. So in terms of germs and understanding what the impact of germs and disease are to people and to the society has been something that's very, very important to me. Although, like a youngster, 21, fresh out of university, did quite well, all I wanted to do was to earn the big bucks, so I went to work in the banking sector. And of course, those were the people recruiting at that time. And when you try to follow your dream, you find out that your mates are earning quite a lot more than you. So I went into banking. There, I would never regret that decision because I got so much experience from understanding different businesses, from strategy, from initiating deals, business deals that I could never ever imagine I was going to do. After a while, I realized that I'm not gaining anything anymore. I'm adding value to businesses, lending in real estate, lending in oil and gas, lending in manufacturing businesses. That's not what I want from my life. I need to explore and expand and all. So I went to do my MBA. And from there, I started realizing the things that were really important to me. And those things were, how could I make a difference in the lives of women? I had an opportunity at a very early age. I was exposed to business, I was exposed to so many things. But how do I make that difference in the lives of some other young woman that doesn't have the kind of opportunities that I had? And during that time, I joined an international development agency, and I worked in developing nations across the world. I worked in Cambodia, in Laos, in Vietnam, in the Philippines. And I was helping them grow businesses. I was helping small businesses who were employing about 50, 100 people expand their business, look at what their business needs are, and from that, raise finance for them through the International Development Agency. And I was thinking to myself, these developing countries are quite similar to the country I'm coming from. Why am I leaving my country and going to add value to another country? So it's like, it was a no-brainer for me. And at that time, my partner and I were looking at, investing in Africa and doing business in Africa. And we thought maybe we should go to Ghana because Ghana had the sovereign risk in Ghana could not be compared to Nigeria, But, something kept striking me. Two things. I want to help women. I want to work with women. And at the same time, the market in Nigeria, you're looking at 170 million people. Where else do you want to do business in Africa? So on the commercial side, it made sense. On my corporate social responsibility side, it also made sense. So we came to Nigeria, and after we've got quite a few deals, that turnkey projects in waste management that we've done across Europe, and we said, okay, let's bring this to Nigeria. Let's become our own business owners and stuff like that. In all the lessons I learned in business school, straight out of the window. I remember when we started this project, I said to people, don't bother doing an MBA, it's absolutely overrated, because nothing I learned came into play at all. It was a new system, new people, crazy work. It was blood, sweat, tears. And when I look back to where we started from at that time and to where we are now, I would say actually my MBA is not totally overrated.
Yeah.
But at that time, I just thought I've wasted money to go to school. But all that learning, all that experience, all that exposure, traveling across, very, very poor communities and understanding how to grow a business has been what has helped me to become who I am today. And that's why I can be in between the worst kind, the people that live below $1 a day, and I'll still be able to survive, because when you work for international development agencies, you are not given a luxury life. You are allowed to, you're made to live within those people. And that's why we are here today. We look at trash, we sort that trash, we recycle some, we move some to organic fertilizer production, we move some to waste to energy, and what we're trying to achieve is a zero waste to landfill situation. We've been able to achieve, we are in the process of achieving zero waste to landfill in Alimosho, and hopefully by the end of 2018, we should be able to generate electricity from the waste generated in this community, and that electricity will be used to power critical services and for the rural electrification of some areas in Alimosho that do not have access to electricity. Why are we doing this? Why are we not giving the power to the big companies and all? We need to encourage trade, and we need to encourage small businesses to grow. That is one of the biggest problems we have in this country. What is the opportunity for those small businesses? The biggest problem small businesses have is power. And if you don't make power available for them, then how are they going to compete? How are they going to get bigger? How is a company that is doing a turnover of 20 million naira a month or 5 million naira able to compete with the likes of the people that do 2 billion or 3 billion? They have the capital, they have the cash, so they can run on diesel generators. The small businesses can. If we make the energy available to them, what they're doing for the community is reducing the amount of, the security risk on the road. The youths become gainfully employed because businesses are booming in our areas. And there are no use on the streets trying to snatch your bag and all that. The women, again, people look at women and say, oh, women are not, they can't do certain jobs and all. But what we as a company, one of our ethos is to ensure that a job that is available for a man and a woman, if a woman has proven herself that she can do it, she will be given that opportunity first. We have 72% female employment in this place. And to be quite frank with you, I have no regrets at all. If you look at women, especially women that have children, the first thing on their minds is their children. I want to make sure that my children have food to eat. I want to make sure that my children go to school. All the opportunities that I never had growing up, I want to make that available for my children. Whereas, and I apologize to the men, is thinking, okay, I get this money, give a little to my wife, and go out with my friends. And so it just doesn't add up for me. What adds up for me is that I want to see a woman come to work every single day, happy because at the end of the month she gets a salary and takes care of her children. And that is a better future for the next generation. That next generation is not coming and thinking the social divide is getting wider and wider. I want those children to be able to compete with those other children that have been to the Ivy League schools and have the best opportunities. Let them be able to compete with them.
Oh, okay. So you spoke a lot about women development and all of that.
Yeah.
Are you associated with any charity organization, or would you like to be associated with any charity organization?
One thing I don't like, and one thing I try to avoid is, people being, there's the process, we have to wait, we have to do things. I see things, I go for it. I'm employing about 400 women as I speak in Lagos, about 200 women in Ibadan. And for me, it's like, I just have to go with it. All those women I have personal relationships with. I probably know the names of everybody working with me because it's a personal relationship, it's a commitment. And that is my charity, that is my own development agency, and that's what I want to grow. Those women, what I'm trying to do now at the moment is to, well, perhaps let me put it quite right, is to work with DFID and find a situation where those women that have identified, about 20 of them that have been identified out of the women that I currently work with, will be set up with their own businesses, and I'll give them the technical expertise to be able to stand firm on their own. That is the project that we've started now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say so far you're most proud of?
That I'm most proud of? I think waking up in the morning and actually saying, I think that somebody's life is different because I've met that person.
Okay.
That's what I'm most proud of. I'm not proud of any other achievements that I've got, or if I have, I don't even think I have a fat bank account, so that's it. Rather, my bank account is gone. But what I'm most proud of is seeing my staff, seeing the commitment that comes out of them, and seeing that I have been able to make that change in people. There's so many youths that I know what they were doing before and how they were smoking and how much they've reformed because they've gone into proper employment, and that's the joy for me.
Okay, okay. So with your position as Chief Operating Officer,
yes,
what professional associations or organizations are you associated?
Yes, Cranfield University I'm very big on with their waste and energy department. We're doing quite a number of projects together. It's very, very important that you continue to learn and continue to gain more experience and knowledge. Right now we're going to be building a project, a waste to energy project with Cranfield University for a community in Nigeria, and we're doing some work with the French Development Agency as well in trying to let people know what is going on in terms of waste, in terms of the sustainable development goals. We have a program in June actually with the French Development Agency and the University of Lagos. So those people I work with quite closely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Also, please would like to know, if you could do all of this over again, what would you do differently?
I won't become an entrepreneur. Sorry.
So you're saying it's difficult.
No, I was joking. If I would do this all over again, I think that, to be honest, that's why you learn. There's a learning curve. There's nobody that's going to climb over a learning curve. You would learn, you will build on your mistakes, and you will move on. The most important thing that I think we overlooked was that I get very emotional when I see people because I want to change so many lives. I get very emotional and I forget that they do not have the technical competence to do the job. So I continue to cover and cover for them. I think human capacity would have been better managed, and if I had gotten quite the right people to do the job, maybe I would be better off right now.
Okay. In the spirit of PagePedia tradition, our guest for today, which is you, ma'am, is to challenge 2, 3 or more people you like to get with us and sit with us.
Yes.
So we'd like you to do that, ma'am.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. But right now, yes. I'm going to do that. I would like to challenge Paul O'Callaghan, who is my partner, and that's because I want to hear his own side of the story because he's done so much for everyone. I would also like to challenge Imad because Imad is the general manager of Bolus, and Bolus are the ones that make the tissue paper, and they are a very big company. They've been through so much, and I would like people to see how far they've been able to move the business from where it was 30 years ago to where it is today.
So what word of advice do you have for young people, I mean, ladies, women, especially out there, and every other person who look up to you as a source of inspiration? What advice do you have for them?
I always say to people, you don't, especially for us women, we have something that goes against us. The fact that the gender is always against us. No matter how intelligent we are, no matter how we try to say things, if we say something and a man said it, it will be interpreted differently because he's a man, he can say whatever he wants to say. But a woman, she's got to be careful. I'd say, don't hold yourself back. Follow your dreams, because if I did not follow my dreams, if I did not believe in myself that I will be able to achieve things and change people's lives and work with so many people, I wouldn't be where I am today. I'll still be stuck behind a desk in a bank, blaming my employer, blaming the whole world for being the way I am. I'm happy today. I work my own hours, even though it's longer than working in the bank. But I find fulfillment and joy in it. And that's what I would just tell anybody to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, ma'am, I know you're saying you didn't tell us how old you are. So
That's not a problem. I'm 32.
Oh, you're quite young, ma'am.
Yes, I know. And I've been very lucky. Okay. And that's why I really, really want people to have that opportunity because, and if you have it, don't lose it. Use it very well and gain the trust of people. I go into people are like, can't believe how young you are. Then when I begin to talk, then they want to listen. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to be able to prove that you understand what you're doing, and it's not about age, it's what you've got in here that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've heard it all. Follow your dreams. And most of all, it's not about age, but about what you have upstairs that matters. Till I come your way again next time, join us for more videos on www.pagepedia.com. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.